Alright, so the hike is over. It is still day 4. We're all in the hotel room, getting our showers, relaxing on the bed, hanging out. Looks like I need to shave quite a bit. Get this thing to focus back in. There we go. Yep. It's 12:30 our time here. I've been out for a little while, but not too long. Wanted to go through some of the stuff we used. I know a lot of people that may catch this video are going to say, oh, well, I want to do that. And most of you won't, but that's okay. We're going to go through some of the things, kind of our uses, and just so we don't forget, and you know, so we can do it again. We know what we brought and what else we would bring. So I kind of laid out our hands-on stuff, our daily pack stuff. We use this little mesh bag here to put all the little stuff in, unless it was on our person. It was kind of a nice little place to keep all the little trinkety stuff. So I'm going to go kind of left to right. Over here on the left, we did our biking gloves, actually. They've got a nice little mesh or fabric material here to wipe the sweat off your brow. So those were good with the hiking poles. We did bring trekking poles, which are amazing. We've got this Frog Tog chill pad. Very cool. Put it over your head, around your neck, whatever the case is. Keep dipping it in the water. There's a lot of creeks along the way. That just helps keep you cool if you're going to do a summer hike in the canyon. This is just a full use towel. It's a little microfiber. Pick it up at Walmart or one of those places. Works as a pot holder. Works as an extra towel to keep water in. We used it for all sorts of different things. Cleaning up dishes, that kind of thing. So that worked out really well. Next we have our noon tabs. Each of us brought a whole container of these down with us. And we used every single one. This one's empty now. You drop it in a container, which I've got right over here. What we use this container. It's a Bubba cup, but I'm sure you can get all kinds of different ones. It's got a pop top lid and screw top, obviously. Fits nicely down in the little compartment on the backpack. But we use those specifically because they're good for coffee also. When we take the little Starbucks Vias and drop those in there in the morning, and then after we get done with our coffee, then we switch to the noon tabs and roll with that. Behind that we've got a little bite. I love this light. It can actually be used with a little clip on here to clip it onto something if you don't want to bring the headband with you, but I like the headband. It's got the red, the low white, and the high white. It also has a lock position here, so if that's locked, you can't turn your flashlight on. My friend Jason, who's right over here, got another flashlight, which is a great light, a headlamp, but it doesn't have that lock position. The issue with that is in the backpack or in the suitcase, the thing gets kicked on during the day, you don't know it, your battery runs dead. Could be a problem. We didn't have that problem in the trails. You did have that problem coming in on the flight. So that was a nice little feature there. Past that, I got my little Axe spray. Now my girlfriend had a different spray bottle, but you know, with a little Axe spray for keeping yourself at least somewhat not so stinky. Behind that, we brought this Smart Suds soap, way more soap than we needed. We didn't have any more little containers to put this in. This is already 3 ounces, so I'm trying to get our weight down, but that would have been something I would have probably done what we did with the anti-chafe and put it in one of these bottles when we got done with it, which is your sunscreen and bug spray with a little pop top. We also took one of these. I don't know where it is. I think it's in my girlfriend's pack, but we wrote on this one anti-chafe, cleaned it out, take the top off, clean it out, and fill it with that. I would do the same thing with the Smart Suds. There's a few different backpacking soaps. They're all pretty much the same. You just want to make sure it's antibacterial, so if you're cooking anything with meat, chicken, that kind of stuff, that you can get that taken care of. It also can be used for cleaning yourself up, cleaning off your clothes, kind of a general purpose soap, so we brought that. Next, I love these little guys. This is Chap Ice, a little bitty chapstick. I mean, you can see in my hand how small it is. Just a little push bottom container. It's got I think 15 SPF. Perfect for the Grand Canyon. It's dry and aired out here, so we love that. Fit in your pocket. I think we took 3 down between the 2 of us, and it worked out great for us. I think Jason had a bigger stick of chapstick, but I think he used about 2/3 of it. You were chapsticking it up.
Yep.
Another thing chapstick can be used for, we brought this anti-chafe because we had it, but you can also use this on blisters between your toes if you're getting hot spots. Any chafing areas, just take a little bit of that on your finger and rub it on the area, and that'll solve that problem as well. Obviously, toothbrushes, little fold up, toothbrush packs, they fold out, whatnot, and toothpaste. This is a neat little combo. I think you can pick these up at any, dollar store probably. Little mirror, which is also work as a signal mirror, and then a little brush here. I don't have long hair, but Renee does, so it was nice for her to be able to brush her hair, and it doesn't weigh anything. Little plastic thing. Of course, we didn't actually need this, but the essentials, toilet paper. Next, we got a little cheap pocket knife. It's a plastic case and just a little metal blade. Just something in case we need to cut open packages or stab a canyon rat. No, not really.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Behind that, I've got my money, my ID, and my credit cards because I didn't want to leave them in there. But I put them in this little pack here and kept them all together and out of the way. I took a writing pen in case I wanted to write down times or anything I had concerns of. I could write it down, just on your arm or whatever. It doesn't really matter out there in the canyon what how much writing you have on your arm. We didn't actually use it, but it was one of those things I wanted to take with me. I think I'd keep taking a pen with me just as a, in case we need to write anything down. Next, a couple of spare batteries we took with us, obviously for the flashlight I mentioned earlier. The ever so essential sunglasses, a couple of fork spoon combos. There we go.
It's not hot here, don't worry.
Yeah, it's only 100 and some odd degrees. The cup that I talked about earlier, and then our Sawyer Mini, which this thing came in handy. We hiked out to Ribbon Falls, and apparently me and my girlfriend were fairly thirsty on the hike out there, and while we were there, so we ran our bladders pretty empty, our water bladders, and luckily had this with us. Brought it for that reason. We only brought this and the straw. I would probably recommend bringing the little pack that comes with it, the little roll-up pouch, so that you can fill your big container depending on where you're going, how far off from water you're at. But I mean, the water through that tasted great. I had no issues. Just drop it in the water and pop the little top off here and sip right out of it. Looks just like a life straw in that respect. Other essentials we had our hats, of course, which are I think still out in the car. We had our stopwatch, which was also our alarm clock, which was also our timekeeper. Really good. I mean, this is like a Coleman. Yeah, Coleman cheapo $15, $20 watch, whatever. Waterproof, water resistant, I guess. But definitely helped, kind of keep track of where we were at and the timelines. Knowing also sunrise, sunset before you go out helps for you to kind of get an idea of where you're at and where you're going to be. And then taking, elevation maps, the little paper maps you can print offline for the Grand Canyon and kind of tell you where you're at, how far it is to the next thing. It's a good reference point in case you kind of get discouraged. You get down in there and it's like, wow. This is our third trip in. Last one was rim to rim to rim. This one's from the rim down and then out to Ribbon Falls, back, and then back up. We did the first little leg of Clear Creek, which was only about a mile or so, maybe 2 miles, from Phantom Ranch. Really steep incline though, really steep incline. Be prepared. A lot of people say do it in the morning. We didn't have the luxury of an extra morning to kind of hike it out. So we ended up doing it in the afternoon. Pretty hot. Down here it was extreme heats this time, so maybe not so bad if you're in May or September or something like that, but June, July, August, definitely be careful. It about got us. And then we did Plateau Point, of course, and like I said, Ribbon Falls. We did Lower Ribbon Falls. Next time I'd like to do Upper Ribbon Falls if I come back. There's supposed to be some ruins out there, some neat things. But all in all, a great trip. I think we said it was 31 miles. All we did, maybe a little more than that by the time we got back to the parking lot. I don't know.
Sorry.
So I'm trying to think the other essentials we had. That was pretty much it. Other than that, sleeping pads, sleeping suitcases. Listen to me. Tents, sleeping pads, sleeping bags. We did 2 changes of clothes each. My girlfriend and Jason had shorts and night clothes, I guess you'd call it. That was pretty smart. I think I'd do that again. Just a pair of shorts to take down, extra pair of shorts. The other essential, and I will spin this back around and show you, you're going to be hiking in boots more than likely. Take you a pair of either cheapo, these are like imitation Crocs. Get you, if you got some good Crocs, that's great. Flip-flops, something, whatever you're comfortable in. There's a lot of creeks to walk through, different things like that. When you get to camp at night, you want to have another pair of shoes to change into. That's essential right there. We talked to a lot of people that said after they got down, they're like, man, I really wish I'd have done it. Last time we said we really wish we'd have done it. We did it this time. It was definitely worth it. I mean, these things don't weigh anything. Don't get any like heavy reefs or anything like that and drag down with you. But some of these lighter flip-flops and stuff like that, it's a lifesaver. A couple other things to mention that we took with us. The Jetboil Zip, I believe it is. Great little pack. A couple things. I'm going to set this down for just a second. Pop this open. In the bottom of the Jetboil, there's a little space. And what we do with that space, we put a lighter. We had a spare lighter in the first aid kit. And we have just some aluminum foil. Now this weighs 0. But it's good for a couple different things. It's very multi-purpose. I fold this out, it's going to be like 10 by 10, maybe a little bigger than that. Around the jets in the Jetboil, if it's really windy, which it is in the canyon, it'll actually blow your Jetboil out. So you take this, you fold it out, you make a little dam, if you will, a little windscreen. And doesn't weigh anything, keep it in the bottom there, it's perfect. In the top, with everything else, we got a little green scrubby. I know a couple other people have mentioned this. We cut down a full scrubby pad. This is, not very big at all, but it fits right down around the corner here by everything else. I'll pop that off. And this is another little amazing attachment. This actually sits on the Jetboil, and you can set your pots and pans on there if you're not just cooking water out of the Jetboil itself. But yeah, this guy just kind of stuffs down beside that there. Boom, done. Put it back on, you're good to go. Just for conserving space, put stuff in there like that. A couple other items. I mentioned before that we had taken one of these containers and put the anti-chafe in it. Here's the one we were actually using. It's called Go Ready. It's 30 SPF and bug repellent. If you're hiking all day, just put both on. It's worth it. The bugs will leave you alone, the sun will leave you alone. I burn like nobody's business. So, and this thing's, again, not very big, doesn't weigh a whole lot. It's a little squirt spray bottle. It's not aerosol or anything like that. So, and then you can reuse it for other things like dish soap and stuff like that. So that was good. Another multi-purpose thing I always take with me. It's a compass, a whistle, thermometer, and a little magnifying glass that I can't pull out, but it's right there on the side. I believe these are at Walmart for a couple of dollars. It's good to know where you're going, the whistle in case of emergency. The thermometer here was pretty impressive because it got really hot while we were down there. To just watch it in the shade, in the sun, stuck it in the water, just see what the temperatures were on everything. And had a little lead on it. We took that off and just put some braided fishing string on there to hold it, just reducing a little bit extra weight. We had some Sport Face 55. Again, I burn like nobody's business anyway, so took a bottle of that. It's actually like almost like a chapstick consistency. Rubbed it on. Probably didn't need it with all the other sun protection, but I came out of there without a bad sunburn, and that's all that really matters. One thing that, especially if you're new to hiking, even if you're not and you haven't found this trick yet, these things, pick them up at Lowe's, I believe. It's just a Velcro, two-sided Velcro strip. Folded out here. This one's been very well used. Probably been in the canyon with us both last 2 times. You see about how long it is. It loops around. You can hook it to itself, whatever. Great for strapping things in, strapping things down. If you got your dirty clothes, you want to bunch them up or you roll them up and put a couple of these together. You can tag 3 or 4 of them together. I think a roll of these is just a couple of dollars. So worth it. Just go out and get a batch of these and use them on just about everything. We had Renee's pack. The straw for her pack came out in a little bit of a weird spot, and it was coming across her shoulder instead of over her neck. One of these around the shoulder strap, run the strap or the tube through it for the water pack. Problem solved. And then of course the handy dandy. I think these you can get at Walmart now. I actually got this one when I was in Boy Scouts a million years ago. There's the official logo. But two plates and a bowl inside. I think they come with a cup as well. Some of them don't. Take the cup out. You know, and the other thing, if you're worried about space, you're trying to figure out what size pack you need. There's storage space right around the edge here for salt, you know, sugars, anything like that. And then inside, oh, yep, still got our little salt packets, free salt packets, pepper packets, sugar packets. Just pick up a couple extra every time you go to Subway or wherever you're going, and you know, before long they have a little conglomeration like that. We actually didn't have enough sugar for our coffee, our little instant Vias, but great place to store stuff. Obviously, you put it in here, which is fairly deep little bowl there. Like I was saying before, with the Jetboil system, the way they've got it set up, this little guy here sits on top of your Jetboil. You set your pot right on top of that, and you can cook macaroni and cheese or whatever you got going on that day. Speaking of food, we were down 4 days. We packed enough food, we thought, for 4 days. Did some different calorie counts. Really hard to do calorie counts up hills, down hills in the canyon. It's a really unique experience, but thought we did good calorie counts. It was really hot. We had picked up enough, we thought, for breakfast for 3 days for each of us, lunch for 4 days for each of us, and dinner for 3 days for each of us. We actually didn't eat all of our meals. We ate almost all of our snacks. We figured 3 to 4 snacks a day. And a snack, we had everything from Cliff Bars to banana chips to the little peanut butter crackers. I think they're Lance peanut butter crackers. A bunch of those little things like that. Beef jerky, peanut M&Ms. They were amazing. This is Renee, by the way. She was in the shower for the earlier video.
Hello.
And what other snacks did we take? The breakfast on the go's. Emerald's breakfast on the go. Those are pretty good. Trying to think what else we had, but
Gum. I love
oh
gum.
yes, yeah. Just a little baggie of gum. You know, like the little miniature. Definitely not something this big. Actually, we got a couple of our snacks right here. Another one of our little chapsticks. But there's our remainder of banana chips, and obviously, everyone knows Ziploc bags. If you've got something in large quantity, I think we picked up a big bag of banana chips at Walmart for $5. Split them into 3 different baggies. That way we had about, you know, I guess about a third of this bag full, maybe a fourth of this bag full. It was just enough for a snack. And then these little guys here, different flavors, they were good. The gum, just the little baggies. I mean, you know, you get earbuds in or something like that would be perfect. And yeah, whatever else you like, salty snacks, sweet snacks. Don't go with all one or all the other because you'll get tired of it. Payday was a great snack. Chocolate is a bad idea in general, other than the M&Ms, because they don't melt in your hand. You get the idea. The shells actually keep them from melting all over the place, so they're pretty good for that. Especially peanut butter M&Ms or peanut M&Ms. But yeah, just a second video on the stuff we brought and how we used it. I had a 3-liter bladder. Like I said, the only time I ran out of water was when we were out all day long at Ribbon Falls. Other than that, plenty of water for me, and I drink a lot of water. Renee had 2 liters of water, and Jason had 3 liters of water.
And our extra container for noon tabs or making our coffee in, that made a huge difference too.
Yep.
So
Yep, that was good. That was definitely good. And then I guess the last thing to talk about, I had my pouch here. I'm getting some light where you can see it. This is what I carried my camera in. I actually have a little belt loop here. I hung it on the front of my pack. I ended up really just wearing this camera around my neck. I know y'all are probably wondering what I actually shot this whole thing with. This is just a, let me look around here. It's a PowerShot SX20IS. Had it for a few years. But it's just a kind of a hybrid between the, I guess they're called SLRs, and then the little tiny cameras. A lot of added weight. I know a lot of people are getting more to the GoPros. I could see that working out great for a lot of things. This is just what I had, and it's been with me to the bottom twice now, and might take it with me next time, who knows. But for pack size for our 4-day trip, Renee took a 35 liter, I guess they are. It's Lightning by High Sierra. This, I think, was an excellent pack. Picked it up at a reasonable price. The webbing in the back was amazing. For shoes, we both ended up with the Keen. What are these guys called? I don't even remember which one. Is it on the tongue?
Okay, so
Oh, got you. I can't read it. It doesn't matter. We both ended up with Keen shoes. She had a 35 liter pack, which may have been a little big. I ended up with the same 65 liter that I took last time for our rim to rim to rim. This is the Elate 65L by Coleman, and worked out really well for us. We got a fairly small sleeping bags. They were 45 degree maximum. They're both still down in here. And our tent was a 2-person tent. Tried to go with something fairly small and light there, but I think it was a Kelty brand. Worked out great for us. We'll definitely be using that thing more, but it's kind of our adventure. Hope you all enjoyed it.